Welcome to the complete animation of Ellie from Ice Age Continental Drift. So this is another patron request video, and this patron seems dead set on having every movie or show that Ellie appeared in have a complete animation done, and as long as they keep paying, I'll keep making them. But let's talk about Continental Drift. Continental Drift is the Ice Age movie that really was the tipping point for having a cast that is too big. There are so many characters in this movie that none of them really get a time to shine. They introduce new characters, and the new characters don't get enough time to shine. Like Shira, she barely is a proper character in this movie, and in the next movie, Collision Course, it's like, what was even the point of her being there? She's there the entire movie and she does nothing. And Continental Drift is the beginning of that. And Continental Drift is also the Ice Age movie that I really just dislike a bunch of the story beats that they have. I don't like Peaches being, the teenager who's, trying to get in with the cool kids, but her actual friend is, kind of incompatible with that friend group. So she can't be friends with her real friend and also try to be in with the cool kids. And I really dislike that entire storyline. I dislike that character. He's like a little hedgehog-like guy. I think his name is Lewis. And I really dislike Lewis. It's like the entire purpose of Lewis is to be the pity party character, where all you're supposed to feel for him is, oh, he's the nice guy and we need to feel so bad for him. I dislike him so much. And I guess that is one of the nice things about, that flaw of the cast being too big and too many characters in this movie, is that because the story is so split between, the characters trying to avoid, the cataclysmic earthquake events that are happening, and the other characters who are lost at sea, because there's such a big split, that means we get to see less Lewis. But incidentally, it also means there's less Ellie, because of all of the movies so far that Ellie has appeared in, all the theatrical features. There's, The Meltdown, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, and Collision Course. Ellie has by far the least amount of screen time here in Collision Course, because, the movie is split between the not Ellie scenes and her, and yeah. But visually, I think Collision Course is where Blue Sky basically made it to the plateau. And by the plateau, I mean in computer generated images, there are there's different eras. There's the 90s where there's like Toy Story, where the lighting is all flat and the textures are low resolution, where it's like you can tell that this was first generation CGI. The movies can still be good, but technically they're definitely lagging behind. And slowly but surely, as computer technology evolved and the artistry advanced, movies like this started looking better and better. And Continental Drift is about the time when Blue Sky basically started reaching the plateau of what you can do with computer animation. Because you look at Continental Drift and then you look at more recent movies like Sing 2, there's not that much of a difference. Movies like Sing 2 do look better, but not because of any massive amounts of technical advancement. And Collision Course, which I'll probably be talking about next month, looks even better. And so the recently announced Ice Age 6 movie, I'm really curious as to what it'll look like. Will it look basically like this, but even better? Will it look like this, but worse? Because who knows what this new studio is going to be doing, because as we all know, Disney bought Fox and all of its studios and then closed Blue Sky. A fact that many people are very upset about, but I've come to terms with it. Or will Ice Age 6 pull a Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, and be a sequel that really changes the art style? My guess is they probably won't do that, because if you look at Kung Fu Panda 4, Kung Fu Panda 4 also could have done that, but instead it just was just a continuance of the art style that the previous Kung Fu Panda movies had made. And I think that it did a pretty good job at that. I think Kung Fu Panda 4 is by far the best looking one, and also some of the most artistically ambitious. You can say what you want about the story and the characters in Kung Fu Panda 4, but the actual visual quality of it is unmatched in the series. So who knows what Ice Age 6 will be like. But what I do know is that Continental Drift is a very good looking movie, especially the water. They really did a good job with the water. Which makes sense, if they're going to have an entire story about, seafaring animals on, iceberg pirate ships, which is really inventive and I like it. Then they better get the water right, and they did for the most part. And they also really did a good job with the fur. There is a very clear improvement in the fur quality between Dawn of the Dinosaurs and Collision Course. It's I think Dawn of the Dinosaurs and Collision Course had the last major jumping quality in the Ice Age franchise, where Dawn of the Dinosaurs and Continental Drift, sorry, but Collision Course was the final evolution of that. And I will say, I really like the dance scene at the end of this. Of all of the, animated movies that have, a dance number at the very end, I think Continental Drift has the best of them. Thanks for watching.